you know, the heavy spin. So we're gonna see a lot of that. But coming in, we are on game 3. It is 1-1 right now. The Valley on the left, Ackerman on the right here. Let's see if Gal's Cutie goes down here in the early age.
Oh,
and the
first blood. That is rough.
Oh
1 minute in, we already have a first blood. Gal's Cutie is back on the map though, but that is a rough start for the side of Ackerman already. And this is what you said, this is what we were worried about, right? This is that squishy diggy in the early phases. Gal's Cutie, you just got done playing a Chow who you're like all in their face, right? But now you need to kind of step back a second, Gals. You can't be too aggressive because it's gonna spell trouble. Gal's Cutie getting invaded onto again. The Shadow Stampede misses, but Shen and Yureshi have moved up to the top side onto White Chicken here. Wings by Wings comes out, Shen able to get away. White Chicken unharmed.
And the biggest thing here is that I didn't know the feed meta was back for Diggies, so let's see if Gal's Cutie can side this here. But
how dare you?
While we're while we're looking at all of this right now, what I'm gonna see is probably Ackerman. We're already kind of seeing it right now, is that they're gonna have to have a heavy presence into this XP lane. If they can stop Chicken early with the Dairoth, I feel like Yureshi can excel. Mobazane already coming up here to take presence.
Yeah, White Chicken does get stunned up there. Yureshi able to pick it up, but Yureshi does not have that feathered airstrike just yet. Hoon has already hit level 4, and this is going to be huge for this turtle, right? Tarzan does put the first hit onto it as Zane works away onto this gold crab. Shark looking for something, making sure he can cause some pressure on the backside. Does have a wild charge ready to go. Ackerman's going to need to be careful. Shark does use it. Time Journey comes out. Tarzan takes the Lord, and now the Cult Altar comes out as the Valley's forced to run away after that. So Ackerman is able to secure that first neutral objective of this game.
Yeah, and you know, it was very strategical to do that. They took the turtle back out, get away from that Cult Altar. No reason to fight something that is just unnecessary there. And this is what I was saying. They're putting so much pressure onto Chicken in this top lane. If they can do this, I feel like Yureshi can definitely excel. I think once it comes into the mid game, though, it could be a little bit of a problem. Looking at the side of Ackerman, some of their win conditions, it's quite interesting to see this minnow. It's something we don't see a lot, but able to secure that turtle was huge, you know. And if you can keep that up, I feel like it's something that could make key plays here. So definitely gonna have to keep an eye on Tarzan and keep an eye on Gal's Cutie on this this Diggy to see if it's back in the meta. It's still only one death though.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna, I think one thing that works with Tarzan on this Minotaur, right? I'm pretty sure it gets the knockup with that Minoan Rage, even when Zane is in heavy spin, right? So it could be the clutch. It could be the thing that carries Ackerman through this game. Now, taking a look at the gold, the Valley does hold, you know, a 300 lead here. Nothing too major, but Ackerman cannot let them escape with that. They can't let that get too far, as we're only 4 minutes in the game. We already know how the Valley plays when they start to get ahead.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just gonna come down to that. I do like how that they're kind of baiting the Cult Altar out, and I feel like Tarzan is doing really good at that. And as long as Ackerman knows when to pull out, ooh, the heavy spin though.
Heavy spin onto Tarzan, but the wall comes out. Tarzan should be able to walk away from this. Shen is here, but the airstrike comes down. Cult Altar trying to save, but the Minoan's Fury will seal the deal, and Zane goes down. Ackerman putting their first kill on the board. Now Turtle is up, and Tarzan's gonna make his way to that. A Shark also tries to defend, but keep our eyes on Shen here, hiding out in this bush. Gets a stun onto Hoon. Gonna use that Wings by Wings to resituate himself. Chicken though, trying to find it. Gets the Abysm Strike with the flicker. Shen goes down. A nice play from Chicken there. Yureshi though, now moving in, but can't do anything. Shark basic attacking this turtle right now, but that has bought enough time for the side of the Valley to secure this neutral objective.
And I gotta say, you know, every time Mobazane goes down, I don't know what happens, but the Valley just goes into a different gear, and they start taking picks. Like, look at Chicken's already about to be taking this top tower, and that's gonna smell trouble for Ackerman here. And they're just constantly showing presence on Tarzan. You know, I'm not sure if this comp is a really good early comp, but maybe we'll see it coming in into the late game when Zia starts, you know, taking off. When, you know, Shin possibly being able to take off. And the side of ACKERMAN, we need to see Shin have those placements of the feathered airstrikes. Like, we need to see the angles. We need to see, you know, the call coming in and sneaking. So it's all going to come down to that. But look at that. That was great peel by Shin.
Yeah, but it does not stop the Valley. They are going to keep on moving in. They cleared that wave, putting pressure onto the mid tower here, right? So, yes, Shen, it is going to be important for the positioning. Tarzan now, though, moving on to basic here. ZM basic still unscathed. Berserker's Fury does just lock in. But wait a second, Yureshi on to Hoon here. Colt Alter does come out though. Gauss Cutie trying to find something along with Zia and Shen. Whole team is here. On to Mobazane. Mobazane getting a little stunned up here. Wall comes down from Shark, but Zane's forced to use the heavy spin just to escape. ACKERMAN is now grouped up. Now, they spent a lot of time dealing with Fried Chicken to no avail, right? So Fried Chicken could end up being a problem. He's right onto Shen here. It does come in. Time Journey comes out, but the Nolan's Fury able to get the kill onto Fried Chicken there. Every time the Valley has something, ACKERMAN answering back blow for blow, but the Valley still holding a 2,000 gold lead.
Yeah, I mean, of course they're doing really good plays. You can see they really want to do something, but they're not taking some of the key objectives, and the time that they're taking to do all of these team fights, T-Rex, they're just losing gold, losing more and more gold. Can they now, you know, contest Mobazane on this turtle? Tarzan does want to go in, but the zonage, man, Shark just has that vision.
That's all onto the shoulders of Shen and on to the shoulders of Zia, and it is a heavy, heavy crown to bear right now as the Valley has hit their spike. We're at 21k gold, 2v2, 7.5 minutes. Mobazane has locked in that cursed helmet, and Chicken does have the Hunter Strike, so we're looking at some nice penetration. Pair that up with Basic, and we're seeing what happens. Gauss Cutie melted down, and Basic is going to help even more penetrate into that heavy front line that ACKERMAN has here, into Tarzan to help them get through and get to Shen and Zia. But if they're unable to complete that, it could be the victory for ACKERMAN. Now Mobazane moving on to Yureshi, does have the heavy spin. Yureshi does not purify this go around, tries to use a sprint, but still goes down. Zane picking up the kill.
You know, and one of the things I do have to point out that ACKERMAN could possibly use to their advantage is the Valley is very, you know, physical heavy. If they do get into that mid to the late game and build a lot of defense, they could possibly tank a lot of the Valley, and it'll come down to Hoon's damage. But Zia is now in the team fights. This could smell problem as well, but Basic doing really well to take a tower while the whole team, again, ACKERMAN is just taking too much time trying to get you know, some peels, some picks, and I mean the Valley's just backing out and keeping them at bay.
Yeah, ACKERMAN keeps on rotating into this death ball of 5-man, but every time they do that, they get nothing out of it. They don't get a kill. They don't get an objective. And the Valley's answering back on the off lanes, controlling that, macroing the gold lane. And now Chicken has even broken the second tower on the top side. Yureshi may be next. Abyssum Strike pinned up with that wall pin from Zane. Yureshi goes down, another kill on the board for the Valley.
Yeah, Yureshi is having a tough time, 0-2-0, and I mean, we can contribute that to having to constantly deal with a Dairoth, a direct counter to Esme, and I mean, that's something that you had to decide on in the early, like, you knew they were gonna pick Dairoth, and this is the consequences you have to deal with. But it is now the first Lord. It does seem like ACKERMAN has a little bit of present, but look at Super Shark's location. Look at Basic's location. They're ready for the flank. Look, there's Wildcard.
Oh, and Zia gets knocked up. Able to get away from that. Time Journey does come out. Minoan's Fury to knock everyone up by a bit of time for this Colt Alter, but it does not matter. Gauss Cutie gonna get melted down. Yureshi comes in with the falling star move with the heavy spin, averts it all. Zia pinned to the wall and taken out. Shen now using the feathered airstrike to try to push them away, but at this time the Valley got what they wanted. They're gonna move on to this Lord now. Fried Chicken zoning, Hoon zoning, and ACKERMAN just can't break in a valiant effort, but the Valley comes out on top in this skirmish.
Yeah, I mean, the Valley's looking really good. They have all of their turrets up. They, of course, look at that top lane. The tower's already, you know, looking hurt. And now they're going to be coming with a lord, taking a gander at some of these items. I mean, Hoon's online. You have Basics definitely online. Only 2 items from being maxed out, 7,000 gold. And then Chicken, he's at 8,000 gold as well, just gapping Yureshi right now. So it just happens to just the Valley's just looking too good here, T-Rex.
Yeah, it's going to be a little too much to handle. And on top of that, like the penetration from the side of the Valley right now just gets right through Tarzan, gets right through Gal's Cutie. He's already a squishy roam. And even with the tank builds, it's not gonna be enough. It's gonna really come down, I think, to ACKERMAN making a big play, which isn't going to be easy, right? We need to see the big Minoan's Fury paired up with the Feathered Airstrike, but at this time, Zane, he's going to come in. Basic has broken through another tower as the inhibitor on the top side is now getting worked on. The Valley going to opt to go for the mid instead. Hoon looking for something with that Shadow Stampede. Can't quite catch it, but it does keep ACKERMAN away. Stops them from forcing in. Fried Chicken gets a bit of poke damage as Zane continues to keep vision in the mid. Another wave now coming on the mid and the bot. Gal's Cutie throwing out some bombs, getting some vision for his team, but ACKERMAN continues to get pushed in, and the Valley does not want to stop. Tarzan comes out, does have the Minoan's Fury ready to go, but has not released it quite yet. Feathered Airstrike comes down, keeping the Valley pushed away, but Fried Chicken now moving on to the tower. Basic has his back. Fried Chicken flickers in, misses the Abysm Strike, lands on the Shen. Fen forced to flicker. Minoan's Fury helps it. Yureshi comes in with the Falling Star Moon, but now the Cult Altar is here. Wild Charge to combo up. Tarzan knocked up. Gal's Cutie down. Also Zia. This could be bad for ACKERMAN. Nothing but Shen in. Yureshi stand left. Basic has been knocked off the map, but it's a 1 for 3. An inhibitor down, and the Valley continues to push in. Yureshi trying to defend. Fallen Star Moon on top of 3 members, but still not enough. Hoon very, very low. Yureshi brought low as well. Shadow Stampede. Yureshi can't quite catch it, and the killing spree goes to Shark. Shen now all alone, using the Feathered Air Strike just to get them out of the base.
Streak. No, yeah, I mean, they're absolutely just going ham right now. Look at old Gal's Cutie in a lot of trouble. Pop that egg a little too early. Mobazane does take him down again. I mean, we're looking at, I wouldn't say like a complete Diggy feed meta, but it's looking rough. The Diggy was a good pick, but the snowball's just happening. The Valley, they've kept all of their towers alive. The Minnow just doesn't seem to be coming in clutch here. And I mean, all of ACKERMAN just let themselves get countered. And I just don't know if they can actually do anything to come back here.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, now at this point, it's almost a 10,000 goal lead for the Valley. Very similar to game 1. Once the Valley found some blood in the water, they struck, and Shark is hungry. He's finding the sets, he's finding the wild charges, and even the Minoan's Fury cannot compete against it right now. They able to create the space, and the Dyroth pick, man, the Dyroth pick, it just rounded out the team. I was really worried about them not having enough damage, but now Chicken and Basic are just unloading, and the Grok, the Fermis in this Akai work so well with these two unloading from the backside.
Yeah, and I mean, this is what the Valley does good, and they kind of like, they know if they can just take the XP lane that they can handle it. The one thing that I haven't been seeing tonight is Zia. Zia's been kind of on the back end, not able to pop off as much as I'd like to see, so could be having just a bad night in general. I mean, we have a Luminous Lord coming down now, and all of the lanes are synced in a conceal play.
Yeah, the conceal play does come in. A nice pull, though, onto Sharp, and in comes Zane. Heavy spin. Luckily, the time journey does come out, and Cult Altar may have been used a little bit too early there. Lord still trying to come, but a huge 5-man knockup. All members are deleted instantaneously. Yureshi back at the base, and the base goes down. The Valley take game 3 in a flashy manner.
GG's, man. Super Shark with that